Okay, we had a really, really fabulous intention tonight, and we did a little experiment because I noticed that when phrase the start as in love and light, we hold the intention that it feels kind of future based to me. And when we shift it to say, in love and light, we are so happy and grateful that it feels like we have it right now. There's no waiting, there's no hoping for it in the future. It's like, thank you, God, we are experiencing this right now, this incredible gift. So we experimented with that, and I'll find out from everybody else what that was like for them. But it was really powerful for me. That was amazing. So we shifted the intention a little bit, and when we start, we breathe together 3 times, 3 long, slow, deep breaths in through the nose and think the words I am, out through the mouth and think the word consciousness. Then I share the intention, and then it's optional, but you hum. So you do a deep breath in and hum it out 5 times in a row. Deep breath, hum, deep breath, hum, deep breath, hum. And Monica brilliantly showed us a technique where you plug your ears and put your fingers over your face, close your eyes, fingers over your face to showcase and highlight your third eye. And when you're doing that and you're humming, it puts a lot of vibration into the third eye to really open it. So more messages come through. And I was writing as fast as I could because there were so many messages coming through. So, okay, so let me share the intention and then we'll call everybody. I'm just having such a good time. So here's the intention that we just held. In love and light, we are so happy and grateful that we comfortably, confidently, and capably use our voices to celebrate the beauty and bounty of life, enjoying being the gift that keeps on giving as we experience vibrant health and prosperity in all things. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. Man, just hearing that feels amazing. Peggy, would you like to share what your experience was like?
Well, I like the shift in the beginning of stating the intention. Yeah, that really is. And at first, everything was just about gratitude. And then it struck me, we're giving thanks, we're using our voices, we keep on giving, and it just seemed to all roll together beautifully. And we were all dancing, big surprise. And who joined in were dear friends who have left this earth. So they came as angels, and there were lots of other angels, and we were just all dancing together, sort of modified square dance or polka or some silly thing. But there was a lot of twirling and rounding about, but it was just very fun. And seeing my passed over friends as angels was really quite wonderful.
And
They were
really
angels
true.
in this life and
Yeah,
they're angels on the other side.
yeah, they are. And they are with us. And they
Yes,
do come and support us. So,
yes.
how wonderful that you tapped into that energy. Clearly, did you choose to put your fingers over your eyes and everything?
No,
Okay.
because everything vibrated without that.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, you received a lot. That's great. Thank you so much for bringing that in, Peggy.
It
Wonderful.
was a joy. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Hey, can you just show us how you put it over your eyes
Yes, Monica,
so
if
I
you could
see
show
it on the
us.
so I see it on the replay?
Okay, so Monica, tell me if I'm doing it right. And could you unmute Monica so that we can hear you as you make the explanation? There we go.
Yep. So I usually put this right here, kind of over the sinuses, and I close my eyes gently, kind of so you're holding your eyes closed here. And then Elaine showcased it beautifully, putting the 2 fingers at the top of the head and then using the thumbs to plug the ears. This is an advanced practice, so it's not for everybody. And if it doesn't resonate with you, definitely don't do it. But I would you know, I would say if you're not used to, um, I wouldn't try it without, uh, if you're not advanced, I wouldn't try it without supervision. That was kind of like a sharing in the circle. Um, but yes, no, it can definitely it that vibration does open the third eye, but it is more of an advanced practice that isn't
Okay.
meant for everybody.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And again, I encourage people, we experiment, we try different things like the opening, and just to see how that works and see if it really resonates with people or not. And same thing with the movements and where you put your fingers as you're doing the humming. And the humming is optional too. I mean, really, but every technique that I'm sharing is designed to get you to go really deep and help you open to receive divine downloads. That's what I call the messages that come through. Monica, would you like to share what came through for you?
Yes, thank you so much. And actually, I did want to share since we are sharing the part of Aum is actually Aum has to do with the three chakras. So, I mean the all the chakras, but the actually has to do with the top three and opening that. So by humming and using that you are focusing on the opening of those. Since we're talking about that right now. So thank you for allowing me to include that. I love the gratitude part of it. It really opens me up in a way that the intentioning does not. So I really, really love that. And at first, I didn't think I was receiving much because I just went into the void. Then I saw the stars come into play, almost like the beginning. Then the light of the stars as they approached the sun. Then the sun came into this clear field. Then my spirit guide came to me and told me that this is a field of infinite possibilities. I felt my heart open in fire, and it was kind of like a sunlit honey is the only way I can explain it. It was like warm, and it went up towards my throat. And then our voices create the fire that sets the world ablaze. And you light the world on fire with healing light and your vision. And then in the end, after I saw the light being spread out in all directions to all living beings, I felt the presence of Archangel Michael behind me, huge, with all the angels behind him and all the ancestors behind them. And they then I saw the world uh, from afar, from cosmos. So it was a really, really powerful. So thank you. That was
Wow,
really
that's
beautiful.
pretty darn cool. Yes, you're involving everything and all of creation. How beautiful is that? How can it get even better than this? Because, hey, that's what we have access to. Thank you so much for bringing that in, Monica. I really appreciate it. Todd, would you like to unmute and share what your experience was like?
Sure. I hope Monica doesn't mind that I snapped a picture of her with her fingers on her face so I can practice. At any rate, what really hit me was a whole series of memories of time. One where I called a friend of mine a friend of all, really, a sort of a friendship ambassador is how I think of her and how much she responded to that compliment. And another one who I called a good citizen, well, in his case, in spite of himself, and he responded very positively to that. And times when I've cracked up individuals, and I mean really cracked them up, and even very large portions of the community, just with a sense of humor that's really pretty good. And the other part was conversations and letters to the editor, which I guess is part of my voice, where I have shared things that people found very positive or very informative. And yes, a lot of gratefulness for that and a lot of faith that that will continue to become more. And that's what I experienced.
Wow, that's so beautiful, Todd. Lovely concrete examples of times when you've used your voice. And of course, you use your voice here with the intention group, sharing the messages that come through. And that's incredibly powerful too. Thank you for bringing that in. Wow. David McBride, you always get a lot of stuff. What can you share with us?
Well, I see a cornucopia filled with all of nature, and we are all singing the praises of creation in harmony. Ruthie accompanies us with her guitar as she sings. The chorus of our song is Hallelujah, we are grateful, hallelujah. Robin sings with us, full voiced and in radiant, vibrant health. We are steeped in the infinite prosperity and bounty of creation.
Ah, I love that. Steeped in the infinite bounty of creation. Beautiful. Thank you so much for bringing that in, David. Such lovely imagery. Wow. Dorji, what about you? What came through for you?
I don't know if you know yet. Dorji in Buddhism, in Tibetan Buddhism, means diamond. So when Malika brought that diamond, I had to know it because I have the Vajrapani mantra is my. I told you I think a long time ago. I have my own mantra, and Lama gave it to me, and that's why. And I'm trying to get that third eye open like crazy. It's still not open yet. But when we did the humming, and I attempted the diamond, took me to my stadium of light. We're on stage, and we are humming, and we are saying our ohms and our mantras, Om Namah Shivaya. And the Rolling Stones, they have that song, Get Your Yayas Out. And at that time, they were also uh, uh, meditating a lot. So that song is really, get your yayas out. And we're doing all our yayas. And we're singing and we're having a great time. We're singing and dancing and we're spreading it out all over the world. Just the good, and whoever allows allows for it to come into them, yeah, they they get offered it too. And it's just by the end of the 10 minutes, yeah, there was such a beautiful Jaya choir. I It was beautiful and all over the world.
Oh, that is so lovely, Dorji. Thank you so much for bringing that in. And I want to share something with you because whatever you believe is true for you. That's the beauty and the curse. May you live in interesting times, right? So what you can do is you can say, in love and light, I am so happy and grateful that my third eye is wide open and I easily receive infinite divine guidance all the time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And just keep saying that over and over again because you can get your human self out of the way. And as you declare it, so it is. Right? So just practice that this week and see what shows up for you. Okay.
I will, and I'm trying to do that heart coherence thing,
Uh-huh.
and that's supposed to open your third eye and connect it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on it and I'm
Yeah.
trying.
And the key here is these techniques are great. And as long as we say, I'm trying, it's going to work, someday it'll happen, once I work hard enough, I'll get the alignment, then we push it off, push it off, push it off. When we say, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm doing this right now. And then we just open and see what comes through. Kind of like during this intention, right? I open and see what messages want to come in. I'm just waiting for the dictation to happen. And that's all it is I've tuned the channel and now I just get to wait and receive. So allow yourself to accept that I have tuned the channel. I've locked it in. The messages are coming through. and I'm open and ready to receive them and just see what happens for you.
I don't even know if I'm getting them because sometimes I feel like I'm getting them, but I
You
am so
are.
grateful. I am so happy
Yeah.
that I am here because I learned so much when I'm here. It is just beautiful to grow here.
And it's also true. You bring up a really good point, Dorji. It shows up first as a feeling. So when you feel grateful, when you feel loved, when you feel cherished, when you feel included, when you feel connected, that means you're in the flow and it is coming through right now. And then as you let it continue to flow through, ideas will percolate up that have words associated with them. But it's the energy is always emotion first. Thank you for making that distinction. Very important. And I forgot to say that. All right, Julie, I'd love to hear what
Oh
came through
my,
for you. What was that
my
like? Because this is the first time you hummed, right? Or did you hum?
what an incredibly beautiful intention. It just washed over me with so much light. And then all these angels came in and it was like a vibration, angel, 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 I mean, into infinity. And and they were rejoicing and inviting me to rejoice. And the message was that I am, as we all are, just capable of so much joy as much as we choose to receive. That was like, okay, it's all around us, it's in us, it's out. And we just choose. Oh, I'm getting so, goosebumps, but we choose the joy. And it was like just infinite joy is available to us if we choose it, or when we choose it, or how we choose it. And I just felt like in a rhythm of uh, just beauty and safety and joy and celebration. That's what I got.
That
So
sounds pretty darn awesome. How can it get even better than this? And I loved when you said the rhythm and you were doing an infinity symbol with your hands and your body.
yes,
And
yeah,
yes, we have access to infinite joy as soon as we are willing to tune into it and accept it and acknowledge it, it's
right,
there. So
yeah.
thank you. What an incredible reminder. Wow. Ruthie, I want to hear what you got. What came through for you?
Well, I was a little bit late coming in, so I didn't get to hear all the complaints where people what they needed. And so I figured there must have been some pain there somewhere, and or to overcome and stuff. And I was just thinking how um pain, they always say growing pains. I don't think there's a stage in life that doesn't have some pain attached to it. When you're born, it's painful for the mother, painful for the baby, right? And then when you're going through growing up and your muscles hurt and your legs are hurting, your bones are growing, there's always some pains that go on. So it's a sign of growth. And then I realized, I said, wait a minute, but there's always something to provide for that growth. And so it's growing into something. And I thought of one of the people in my family that's having troubles right now, was having troubles, but is getting through it. And it's like all of a sudden I remembered a movie that I saw once called Cinema Paradiso. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a beautiful Italian movie about a little boy who grows up and he doesn't have a dad. And he goes through all these like painful experiences of thinking that he's poor, thinking that he doesn't have a dad, thinking that he doesn't know what he's going to do with his life. And the older projectionist of the movie theater basically ends up being the best example and mentor that he could have ever imagined to have, as better than like a dad. And so what he lacked came to him. And his the whole movie is he's reflecting on that, the fact that that whole time that he thought that things were not good, they really were the best time of his life.
Oh,
And it's such a touching movie. So all of that came through and reminded me not to worry about the people that I worry that I have worried about, that they're going through their growing pains and that they're going to be okay.
yeah.
They'll be all right. And I saw a mentor like the one of the little boys coming to that person, and that
Oh,
was
beautiful. There's so much in that, Ruthie. So many blessings. Thank you so much for bringing that in. What a contribution. Wow. Robin, I hope you're feeling better because we started out with Robin having 6 days of laryngitis and no voice. Can you share just a tiny bit with us how are you feeling now?
Well, I feel really good. I'm not gonna say much, but um, at first, everybody we were everybody had a blue butterfly on their neck, and then that was like the first 10 minutes, and I thought, okay, that was cool. And then I saw all of us just talking with one person, then three people, then all of us talking. And then angels came down and we started talking to them and just lots and lots of talking and talking. And now I can't talk anymore, but I will be. I'm going to talk tomorrow.
Perfect. Perfect. Let all that healing energy in. And yes, you will definitely be talking tomorrow. And Ruthie is reminding you drink lots of good stuff, keep the fluids going. Yes, nurture
Okay.
that voice because you've got so many blessings to share with all of us. Well, like I said, I hummed after the first intention, but then I started writing because they were so on it today. So, first thing I heard was do what feels good. You're here to feel good and have fun. Are we playing yet? It was kind of like a hello, are we playing yet? I saw angels with us on a great big playground and amusement park. It was all in one, like a playground and amusement park all in one. And everything that we do is play. We keep thinking that we're working. We're not. We're actually playing. We've just forgotten that. So when we decide to look at it as if we are playing, and this is a part of our trying things on and seeing what works and, messing with it and finger painting and, just free form, then we have a lot more fun and we actually get a lot more done. I was told gratitude is healing. What can you be grateful for right now? Everything is designed to be a blessing for you. Are you interpreting it as the blessing it is? Make up a story that serves you. I think I told you guys my parking lot story where I was backing out of a parking space really carefully in my husband's truck. It's a big truck. I'm a little anxious about driving it around. And out of the corner of my eye, somebody was flying through the parking lot. And I thought, wow, that's really not safe. That's a disaster waiting to happen. So I'm slowly backing up. And suddenly I heard somebody honk. And it sounded like it was right behind me. And I went from happy, joy to pissed off in like a nanosecond. I was so chapped, triggered immediately. And I'm making up all these stories about that jerk in that car. I didn't even look. It might even not have even had anything to do with me. I just assumed it did. And I'm making up stories. That person wasn't just dropped on their head as an infant, they were dribbled repeatedly. And I'm going off and just ranting in my mind. And suddenly the divine's like, whoa, honey, everything's designed to be a blessing for you. That story that you're making up doesn't sound like a blessing. Make up a story that's a blessing. And I really had to think about it. And I thought, well, you know what? What if I was about to hit something? And the honk, I stopped. And so I didn't hit anything. And, that's actually a big blessing because if I'd hit something, that's extra money. It's a lot of time. It's a pain in the neck. Somebody could have been hurt. I'm so grateful that that's a huge blessing. And the other blessing They had a different perspective on my parking space. I didn't think I had enough room, but as soon as somebody honked, I stopped, cranked on that wheel, and I squeaked out of the parking space, and it worked. So that's a blessing when somebody's giving you a thumbs up. Hey, you've got this. You're good to go. You're okay. And then the real message came through. I'm the one who's been blocking my blessings all this time because of the stories that I make up, pretending that something isn't a blessing for me when everything is a blessing for me. That's on me. I'm in total control over whether I receive blessings or not. Then I heard, well, I was asking the question, why are there so many challenges in the world? And I was told all of these challenges are there to test your conviction and commitment. Alignment is like riding a unicycle. And I think I shared this story in my mastermind last week, but I'm going to share it here for those who were not present. When my nephew was like 8, my brother taught him how to ride a unicycle, and he was really good. He picked it up fast, and I stink at riding a unicycle. So I asked my nephew, Brian, what do you do? How you're really good at this. How does that work? And he said, well, you only have to do 2 things. First, you balance, and then you wiggle a lot. And I realized that spiritual alignment is not a one and done. It is a continually wiggling a lot to maintain that balance of spiritual alignment. And here we keep thinking, uh-oh, that means I'm doing something wrong. No, that means you're doing something right, because that's what it looks like when it's working. Yeah, pretty cool. So then I was told, choose to receive only love, for that is all there is, even when it doesn't feel like it. Send out waves of love and gratitude to everyone in your life, especially those who are helping you to grow your spiritual connection. That means the people who tick you off and irritate you the most, by the way, because they're really helping you and reminding you to be spiritual. You are a blessing and you are blessed. Own it. Declare it. Celebrate it. Notice all the ways it shows up. Intend blessings for others, especially those you don't care for. I was reminded of a neighbor of ours who decided he wanted to try and put in a motorcycle track right next to us. And my husband has hearing like better than a bat's. So loud noises just drive him absolutely crazy. And so I held an intention for our neighbor that he would sell his property and get great money for it. He would be so happy that he sold that property, and the person who bought it would be a lovely person, very quiet, get along with everybody in the neighborhood. And I just held this vision, and it happened. So whenever someone is a nuisance for you, do not wish them ill. Wish them gifts and blessing and love and prosperity and abundance and good health. Because what you wish that is good and in alignment with the divine comes to pass. Then I was reminded, love is the blood of the divine, and you are the beating heart of the divine. That's a message I received before, and I was reminded again. Love is the blood of the divine. It's what moves all the nourishment through all of creation and takes away what is no longer needed so it can be repurposed and reused. And you are the beating heart. You are the one pushing and bringing love in and out throughout the divine. And I was shown this is the infinity loop of consciousness. And that's all I got. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for experimenting with me and trying this new practice. I think it worked pretty well.
Great.
Awesome. I love you all. Have a fabulous
Thank
week.
you.
Bye-bye.
Love you.